Hello, my name's Tony, and my wife and I thought it would be a good idea to add to the channel a video about the equipment I use that you've probably already seen me running during this snow season, and talk about a little bit about what it is and what um, the functions of each part are, and some of the changes I've made to make it more effective for snow removal here on the gravel roads that we have. Um, The platform here is a early 90s John Deere 770BH. Has 11,666 hours on it currently. It's had a transmission rebuild at about 10,000 hours. It's had an oil pan gasket. It's had a hydraulic pump. I've rebuilt several of the cylinders, and that's about it. It's been a pretty good machine. I did some shimming of the circle to tighten it up too when I got it. Other than that, it's been a really good machine. Here on the moldboard for snow removal, I built these shoes out of old cutting edge, grater blade cutting edge, exactly like this. I cut a backing plate and added a bottom to it so that when I pitch the blade back, it raises the cutting edge off the gravel road about an inch. And then I can pitch the blade forward when I need to cut. And these roll up, and the cutting edge will actually engage with the ground, and I can put all the down pressure on it that I need. But this keeps the cutting edge up out of the gravel when it's early in the season. And also we tend to want to leave a little bit of snow on the roads for the snow machines and stuff. People up here like to ride their sleds and go up into the mountains right from their cabins and their homes. Next we'll go up here to the front. The front plow here is an old state surplus from Utah. It was an old truck plow that I bought from the state surplus. I added these wheels for the same purpose as the shoes on the moldboard. You can adjust them so that they ride and the cutting edge stays up off of the gravel road, and you can leave the surface alone and adjust it so it just takes the snow and no gravel. When I got it, the swing cylinders were very small and underneath here and worn out, and I kept breaking them. So this year I built these mounts and moved these and bought these new bigger cylinders and put them up high and out wider so that it has more leverage against the plow, because the little short ones under here didn't have any leverage, and they kept, when I tried to push banks, they kept breaking and ripping apart. This mount is what I made to match the V plow, and it's a Falls brand type quick attach, similar to a Balderson style, and the lift group is a Falls brand that came with the grader. Let's see what else. Let's go around here. So the straight plow, obviously I can angle and plow roads with it, and if it's real heavy snow I might do that to keep the machine out of the snow. Otherwise I angle the moldboard to match the wing so I can push the whole road at one time. The V plow over there, I can come in and detach this pretty quickly and attach that if I get a large drift that needs to be split in the middle, and lift it to the sides. And that's only for really heavy drifts that are more than what this can handle. Here again, this is a Falls brand high lift cable style, high mast cable style wing. I built a shoe for it to keep the toe of the wing out of the gravel. A little bit of widening on the back there where I had a repair. so it doesn't dig as much. But I can actually angle that moldboard with this and clear about almost 20 feet of road in one pass. And then I can go back later and push the banks wider, even beyond the edge of the road, to keep the grader on the road, and the wing does the job of moving it off the side. And I can bench material to keep the wing up out of rocks and things that are on the side of the road. So I can lift it a foot or so and create a bench that still allows me to throw snow off the road in future storms, but doesn't engage the rocks with the wing. Come around here and talk around about chains. Of course, you need your tow strap to pull out the neighbors. So I bought these chains at the beginning of last season. I was using a standard quality 4-link spacing chain that every year would wear out to the point that I would have to come with a welder and weld and build up the links. This chain has been on here over a year, over a season now, and they're barely showing any wear, and they're made of out of a really good alloy steel. And then the 2-link spacing helps a bunch with traction. And then when you go to stop, with the 4-link spacing, you have the rubber tire on the road, and the resistance of the change always stops with the braking right there. So you have this kind of a surface that doesn't really help you stop when you really need to stop on icy roads. These are a 3/8 size link also, and the square link helps with traction as well. On the front tires, even though it's not a front-wheel drive, it doesn't have all-wheel drive. They help with the lateral stability on turns and avoiding the drift on turns. And that's why I went with the heavier 11mm or 7/16 links and the diamond pattern to create more of a lateral movement prevention, as opposed to the H style that tends to not be as good for that. And these are better for the forward and reverse motion, and those are better for the side drift. And then over here is the 2001 Dodge 3500 dump truck. It's got a dump bed. It's a 2nd generation Cummins engine. The plow's a Western whiteout. Both these wings fold in to create an 8-foot plow for heavier snow. They pull out for lighter snow and a wider pass, and then they'll actually fold in on an angle for scooping to carry more snow, like pushing a cul-de-sac or a parking lot and trying to get all the snow as much as you can with less snow bleeding or leaking off the edge. Again, I bought some alloy steel chains for this too, because I kept wearing out chains every season almost, even on the trucks. And that old truck there is an 85 Dodge with just a 360 gas engine, 727 transmission, 205, I believe, 10 transfer case. It's been plowing snow since it was new. It had an unfortunate accident with an elk. That's why it has maroon fenders. It has never had much of anything done other than very minor, like alternator and some brake work. Other than that, it's my spare. I also left the shoes off the plow so the cutting edge is right on the surface, which cleans these asphalt driveways better. So that's what I generally use that for, unless I need a backup. The plow truck, I generally start with it as we get about 4 to 6 inches on the road, and I can get out and back pretty quickly in about 6 hours. And then if it's heavier than that, it's too hard to push up the steep hills we have, so then I'll have to use the grader. And then generally I'll go back after the storm's over if it's been pretty heavy and push everything wider with the grader. That's pretty much it for the Hudson Enterprises snow removal operation at Bridgerland Village.